everybody, my name is Cheri. Welcome to my stamp studio. So if you saw my last video where I made the hollyhocks, that card's still in here. My desk could not be any messier. Like, I don't possibly think it could be any messier at all. So if you saw this one, this video is the last one that I did. You know that I'm not feeling well. So I am feeling a bit better. Since then, I have taken a COVID test. I don't have COVID. I didn't think that I did. I'd had it in the past. So, you know, those good immunity things that you can crank up in your body. And while I was tired, I knew I wasn't COVID tired. There's a huge difference. I knew I was tired because I can't breathe, and I really can't breathe when you lay down, but it's from being congested. So I'm going to try to get through this. I still can't talk for very long without having a coughing fit. So my last video was highly edited because sometimes I just have to stop and cough. So just a couple of updates. If you're in my Try It class, it's 98% cut. There's a couple of last pieces. We got to the point last night where we stacked everything up. My husband's my main cutter. He cuts 99% of this. No, that's not true. If you cut my class, you take my Try It classes, you know there's a lot of pieces, like the tea kettles. I cut out all of those pieces from the designer series paper. He cuts all the rest. So we're 98% done cutting, and we're going to put packets together tonight. So they will be in the mail by Monday. I haven't filmed anything because those videos are 2 cards each, and we are doing 12 projects. There's no possible way yet I can talk that long, but I'm thinking by Monday easily. So by the time they're in the mail, the PDF is half done. So the class should be to you in good form. Normally by the time I mail it to you, I email you the PDF and the videos are ready. This time it may be a little swapped, but nobody wants to go back next year and re-listen to those videos and have me sounding this way. So it is what it is, but I know you want to get your stuff, and I'd rather get it in the mail to you so they're going and then me be better, because you can already tell that I sound a little bit better. I didn't sleep hardly at all last night because as soon as I lay down, then I really can't breathe. And we used to, you know, when you have little kids and you have a rocking chair, I would come down and sleep in a rocking chair. We don't have that anymore. So there's no place to sleep sitting up. So I just lay in bed and can't breathe and think about all the things I should be doing. So there's that. If you're in club, it will also ship next week. As soon as we get the Try It packed, we're going to start cutting the paper for that. And then immediately following that, the Hues of Happiness class will begin. So we got kind of backed up because my husband had a surgery. We found out he couldn't cut paper. Then I got sick. So it's all just kind of come crashing down. And then thank you gifts. If you've never purchased from me before, I've seen a bunch of new people. And thank you, thank you, thank you. I truly appreciate it. You are the backbone of my business. My thank you gifts, I always do. Like if you purchase in May, those will go out normally by the 10th of the following month because I let your orders accumulate. So if you've spent a certain amount, then at the end of the month or the beginning of the next, I add them all up. So it may have bumped you to another level so you earn more than one reward. But next month we'll be on vacation. We're leaving on June 4th. Very early in the morning. So I'm going to have them in the mail to you before we leave. It may be the last thing I do before I pack my suitcase, but those are also going out. So we have so much cutting of paper. And you know, it's the Indy 500 and I think we're going this year because, you know, we can hear that yesterday when I did work outside and I could hear the racing cars. So I've got all that going on. So I've had a couple of people ask what my next class is. I don't know. I haven't had time to think about it. But I am going to get June's card club stamp set up soon because that will also need to be chosen while we're on vacation. I may actually extend that a day or two because we get back on June 12th, which is past my card club deadline. So I can't think about all this in one setting because my head feels like it's going to explode anyway. And then I put all that information in and it truly feels like it's going to explode. So if you need a catalog, let me know. I'm also I've seen the holiday catalog because those of us that were supposed to be on the cruise. Okay, if I'd been on the cruise this week, I wouldn't have got sick. So there's that, but we did get to see the holiday catalog. So I've seen that. I'm trying not to, I really just looked at it once because I don't want to think about it anymore. Because we've got this new one. Then the January to June catalog ends. That's why I don't know what class if I'm doing one. But there will be specials for that next month. Because there'll be a last chance list with sales. And then there's this new one. There's too many things going on, guys. I'm going crazy. So this card, oh, I'm surprised I can talk this long. I just, sorry, I spoke too soon. The cards I'm going to do are simple and don't require a lot of words. So I can kind of do something and I fast forward a little bit so you can see what I'm doing and I don't have to explain it. So on today's card, I'm going to use this really pretty paper. I've used it a couple, sometimes I feel like I've used things more because they've been showing up in my Try It class. This is our brushstroke specialty paper. So pretty. And I'm going to show you how a couple of things tie in. So hang around till the end because on this one, you're going to get a little bit of a different card than what I made already. I think. I haven't decided. So it comes in pink, succulent, and navy. This is petal pink. And I keep using petal pink because they have that brand new ribbon. And so my daughter's on her way to a wedding this morning, so she's in the car. So I was talking to her and I was like, I don't know which of these colors to use. And she said, use the petal pink so you can use the pink ribbon. And I'm like, I keep doing that. That's why the hollyhocks were pink. So I went with succulent. I couldn't use the navy because this is all I have left. I have packs and packs and packs of this, but this is what color I used in Try It class. So this is all I have left. But look how pretty it is. It's called brushstroke specialty. It is not quite tissue. It's a little thinner maybe than our designer series paper. Those of you in Try It class will get a little piece of the blue, so you'll be able to see it. It looks kind of like old-fashioned 1940s wallpaper. So we're going to use this as our background. This is a really easy card. So we're going to kind of do a tone on tone. So my original idea was all succulent. Everything was going to be succulent. My very favorite cardstock. I didn't even worry about it this year because I was so busy. Usually every annual catalog, I worry that it's going to retire, but this is shimmery white. Then I'm going to use Twigs and Sprigs. Now, every time I do a hybrid folder, every single solitary time, sorry, I don't do it the way that you can do it. And here's the reason why. I'm going to show you the way that you can do it because now I don't have to answer all of you that are going to tell me how I can do it. So this is the way that it's designed to be used. If you don't use it correctly, it will ruin your die or your folder or perhaps both. So like at my classes, I don't let them use it this way because I don't want anybody to not be paying attention. So this is how it is designed to be used, but you can use it in 2 steps, which takes 1 to 2 minutes longer, maybe not even 1 minute. So it's up to you. And I'm fully aware, nobody needs to tell me that a hybrid folder can be run through this way, but I just don't want you guys to ruin your stuff. And if you're a demonstrator and you do classes, 100% guarantee that if you let people use your stuff like this at a large event, it's going to get ruined. It's just the way it is because if it's just offset a little bit and people run it through, then this is going to cut into your dies. Now, if it's just you and you're super careful, then it is designed to be to use this way. So it's a beautiful, beautiful die. So you can see how I switched it around and now it's stuck in there. But it's especially at events because people are talking and they're not paying attention. And frankly, it's not their stuff. So they're not quite as careful. If it's yours, see, it doesn't move. This one's a really good one. The seashells, I think, moved because there weren't very many. This one has so many pieces in it. I feel a little bit more safe. Because see, I'm shoving it and it's not moving at all. And I'm pushing pretty hard. So just line the die up. It has these sprigs and twigs and sprigs, I think is what it's called. When your head's stuffy, it's hard to think. And I'm just going to lay this in here. I don't need all of them. I would rather have, I don't need the Christmas tree parts, the pines, because you know what? It's summer. You know, if you live in Indianapolis, then May is race weekend. We're coming up on it. It's qualifications this weekend. It cannot be any more summer, and it's like in the 80s this week. So now you're just gonna put it on with this. When you send it through, it's a little bit more of a push because obviously you have a folder and a die going through at the same time. Now it gives you beautiful results. If anything has moved over, you can ruin your stuff. And Stampin' Up! Will tell you if you watch their stuff that you can ruin it and you can't return it because, oh, I cut my die. So that's why I tell you on all of my other videos, I think I have one where I tell you this is how they're designed to be used and I use it this way. Just be careful. So you can do it this way, or you can run it through like this. I'm gonna show you both ways. I'm not gonna do this one because you can also just use the folder as a really pretty background. So see, now it has cut and embossed. And these are all done in one step. But you can also now take this, if you run this through, and people are like, it smashes them. I use mine all the time like that. It may smash them ever so slightly, but it doesn't really smash them. So you can do it this way and just line them back up. And then there's no danger to your folder getting cut. It's up to you. But don't think that you can return it if it's ruined because Stampin' Up! Does say that you may cut your folder. So the ones I'm going to pick, I'm going to pick leaf ones. So we'll choose this one. We'll choose this one. I do like your tips. It's not that I don't like when you guys give me tips, and sometimes you give very helpful tips. It's just every single time I do this, I'm amused, and I mean to say I do know how you can use it. But that's the reason I tell you, just be careful if you're gonna do it this way. I'm not gonna use the ginkgo. I'm not gonna use the ones that look like it's Christmas because it's not Christmas here. When I lived in Australia, it always felt like it was gonna be Christmas heading into winter. I was always a little depressed when it was always Christmas and never winter. No, always winter, never Christmas. Chronicles of Narnia, right? Okay. I'm not coughing much. But, you know, I haven't done a whole lot of talking. When my daughter called, she did most of the talking. Those of you that have daughters probably understand. So here is my bag of little offcuts. So if you go back a couple of videos, you see me make these and then use these. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one and this one, that one, that one, that one, and this one. So that leaves me all of these that I can use later, and all of these, though, from my first card that I can use later. And look, I'm pretty sure that I can combine these, so stay tuned. Because one day when I'm in a super hurry and I'm not feeling very creative, I'm going to grab this little bag and I'll come up with something, maybe throw in one more little stamp set with that. So I'm going to use this one as well, but I'm not going to color that. So all I'm going to use is my soft succulent, ink pad, and a Stella. I have squished my ink pad just like this, push really hard. It is a hot mess because I haven't cleaned anything in here for days. Okay, so I'm gonna do these and I'm gonna fast forward so you can just kind of see it. So you'll see it happen and the volume will kind of go away. But what I wanna show you when I start one is like you just grab this ink with your Stella. If you don't know how to use a Stella, because sometimes people are like, my Stella doesn't work when it's brand new. I have a whole video on how to use your Stella and I will pop that up right now in the video. Okay, so I've painted those. I have taken the Full of Love because this is my card club set for May. And I just took the Sending Love Your Way. And then on the bottom of the scrap piece of the shimmery white, I stamped it in the soft succulent. So we have our succulent cardstock, our succulent brushstroke, And then the ribbon that I chose is beautiful. It's the silver metallic edge cotton. It's a new one. So to make this easy to put together, I'm going to just tie a bow. This ties really nicely. It does tend to be a little wrinkled on the spool because it's cotton, but it flattens out. Plus it makes it nice if it wrinkles it all in the envelope. It's organic looking. It looks nice with the flowers. So see, it ties a really beautiful bow. So we just need to be able to wrap it around. I'm going to show you an easy way to attach this ribbon and then be able to stick your things underneath it. So we're going to take a ribbon and then I'm going to use seal, and I'm going to only put my seal on the edge because we want to be able to stick a little bit maybe of our tips of our flowers down underneath here. So put this on here. We want to put our flowers towards this side of our card. So put this here, bend that around, and then we'll put some more back here in a second. But we're going to keep this loose for now, and then we'll glue it down in a minute. So I want all of this loose, just in case any place along here I want to be able to add some flowers down underneath. I didn't really end up putting many, but I've been carrying water like all around the house, which is the other thing, you know, when you're not feeling, when you have a scratchy throat and you keep coughing and you drink all the water and then you try to sleep and you're congested and you lay down and then you have to get up and go to the bathroom a zillion times because you drank so much water during the day. But I left my water downstairs. So here I am trying to film and my throat's all scratchy and my water's downstairs. So now you have this, and see, we can still lift this up and then we'll glue that down in a second. So it makes it really easy to adhere, to put your bouquet underneath. So now we just want to make sure that right here, that ribbon's going to get attached because that's where that back side is. And just add that. And then we're going to switch to fine tip glue. Because the fine tip glue, we can lay our flowers in, and if we want to move any, then we'll be able to move them. So we're almost done with this card. The longest part by far is adding the color to the leaves, which I love coloring. So for me, I don't mind. And you could easily, like this, I'm making just, you know, a kind of a thinking of you card. It could be a sympathy card. It would be a beautiful wedding card, and you could leave all the flowers white if you wanted to for that. And the 3 colors that are included are all kind of, this is my niece's wedding color, and hers is coming up in October. But her colors are sage, but I know navy and the pale pink are both in for wedding colors right now. So just do this for wedding cards for the rest of the season and you're set. And you could even use Sending Love Your Way, but you could get one. We have a couple of wedding sets right now. There's one in the January to June. I'm trying to think. I don't want to put one of these on the wrong way. That will cover anniversaries, because this could, with the silver, and it has engagements. It has all of those, so you could get all of them. I need to look at my card and stop jabbering. So see, now I can stick this one down underneath a little bit. This one's got even pretty on the back. See how all those poke through? Now, because it's the fine tip glue, if you want to adjust anything, nothing has set. You have plenty of time to kind of move it around, but that looks pretty good. And I'm just going to lift this up right here. My ribbon is. Now, after you've used the set that has the dies that cut like this, you really just want to use the hat. Now I have to trim this out. Okay, here's where we might switch up a little bit. So I'm going to pull this paper back out. Because, you know, we have pre-order as demonstrators, and we can order a few things. Let me set this on here a second. We'll just let this all settle. while I show you this next thing. So as pre-orders, as demonstrators, we can pre-order just a few things. And so in that time, I'm like, oh, this might be my favorite. This might be my favorite. This might be my favorite. So I had a couple of the iridescent pearls. I love them. And I think they could be like my basic favorite. But then I get my Try It class. And for Try It class, I order everything. Like basically all of the new ribbons, all of the new embellishments, and all of the new papers. And I try to get all of the, like all of the regular designer series papers. I don't get like every color of the in color ribbons. Like I don't get all of that on there. So for these, I think, and I love that you can tell I'm in a petal pink. It matches my nails. I think these are my new favorite embellishments because they're my colors. Look at these guys. These are called, and the funny thing is when I ordered them, they're solid faceted gems. I ordered the elegant faceted gems, and then my husband had to sleuth and figure out which things I ordered instead. So they match this packet of paper perfectly. I'm seeing Card Club coming up in the future. So if you're in Card Club, we'll probably use these. And then it matches, obviously, the petal pink ribbon that I'm addicted with. So I made my original card. I'm showing you this. I don't normally show you my original card. So here's this. See how sparkly it is? So pretty. And see, now this is attached because this is glued down because my other one's not going to be set. And here it is with the succulent because I wanted a monochromatic card. But this time, I think we're going to go with some color. We're going to add some pop of color because look how pretty those look. Look, they're so pretty. So let's add a little pop of color to this one. And then we'll see. Because if you're doing a wedding, you know, well, my niece doesn't want any colors in her bouquets. I was going to say, there's probably some pop of colors in the bouquets. She just wants the green. So let's see which pop of colors we might want. So I'm not going to use any of the soft succulent on this one. So obviously, let's go with the petal pink. I'm going to do it in the big one. So we'll add it up here. And then I just love the way that this navy looks. And I'm guessing that these are the colors. I will have everything that I used on this card. If you're on YouTube, it'll be down below the video. I'm going to put 5 on here. Let's do... I think this is evergreen. It could be old olive. It's matte because it matches the paper. So you can click on that. I'm not going to take time to open the calo because my throat I really need a drink of water. Can't believe I didn't bring any. This looks like it might be sorbet. It might be polished pink. Sometimes in the embellishments, it's just a little bit hard to tell. I think I'll put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4. What colors are we missing? We don't have this one. And do another big one. So we didn't need the succulent 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 because there's 6 colors. So they're both beautiful. The other thing that you could do if you're doing this for a wedding or an anniversary is pick any of our silver embellishments because those would be super pretty on here too. I like them both. Super easy. And you could just, if you have a friend that's new to stamping, this would be a really fun like package of stuff to give them. You could cut the dies out for them. In fact, I'm kind of sad that I didn't choose this for my VIP project for the month because it doesn't really include any stamping. I could have left the words off and y'all could have got it. Sometimes I do it and then I'm like, you should have left it. You may get a version of it. So there you go. If you have any questions, I'm sorry that I'm rambling. I still feel a bit getting there. So hopefully by Monday when I start my mega session of filming the 12 cards for Try It, I feel a little bit better. So the other thing is I had really meant to do a couple of videos with in colors and joining my team. If you have any questions, I will hit that next week. The special we have till the end of the month. So I'm like, you have till the end of the month. So I will get to it. Everybody have a great weekend and I will catch you back here next week. Bye.